Well, here I am. It's a wonderful day outside today, and I've been going over the different things I've been hearing in the media, and I'd like to mention my opinion, my stand, I guess for a better word, on the Me Too. My story starts back when I was 18 years old. I left a small town, went to Washington, D.C., and I got a job there. I was living at the YWCA as a transient resident until I could find permanent residence once I found the job. And one of the girls living on the top, the floors above me, was well invited me to meet her brother, and I did, and I met a friend of her brother's, who we went out on a date together, and he had a friend of his who was a taxi driver pick us up. We went out to dinner. I didn't drink. I don't drink now, even though I'm now an old lady. I still don't drink. Um, and uh, we had dinner. He was drinking quite a bit, beers basically, and he had his friend pick us up, and he said he had to stop by his apartment. I was 18 years old, and I said, okay. So we stopped. His uh, taxi driver friend took us to his apartment, and then he left. And the man who I was on a date with, he had a few more beers, and we were just talking, and we weren't there. I can't even remember how long, maybe half an hour or so. And he's telling me that, you should never go to a man's apartment. And I said, well, you had to come here and pick some things up. He says, no, I brought you here. And he said, I could rape you. And of course, I became very fearful. And but I guess I didn't show it too much. And I said, but you're not that kind of a man. And it was shortly after that he actually passed out. And this was about 1 o'clock in the morning. So I took I thought, well, what am I going to do? I didn't have anyone that I could call. I didn't know anyone. And uh, none of the girls that I knew from the YWCA or even the management there, it was after hours and you had to ring to get in. So I decided, I heard sirens out in the streets out in the district, and I decided to try and either flag down a police officer or find a taxi, which I did. I found a taxi. And all the way back to I had no idea where in DC that I was. And on the way back, he took me back to the YWCA, and all the way back, I'm telling him the whole incident and so on and so forth. And before I had left, one of the other girls said, "Well, Anna May, be sure to take money with you." I said, "Well, why? I'm going on a date. He's paying for everything." She said, "Just in case, take money with you." So I threw a couple of bucks, actually a dollar and something, and in whatever I had in my coin purse, and I threw it into my pocket and purse. And when we went out, uh, anyway, when I get back to the building, YWCA, the bill came to I think it was $1.15 or something like that without the tax. And I said, well, I have to buzz to go in. I said, and so I went into my purse and I only had $1.05. I said, I have to go in and buzz to go in. I said, I'll go up and get some more money for you. He says, after what you've been through, forget it. You know? I mean, he was so wonderful, the driver. He listened to me rant and rave about what had happened and so on. Well, anyway, what I want to say about the Me Too thing. Now, I was innocent. I was from a small town, very naive. And through the grace of God, and that's all I can say, it was just the blessings from the good Lord that the man passed out. It was wonderful. Um, and it was a wonderful experience. It taught me. I know, had my mom been there, and talked to her first, she said, "Do not go to any man's apartment." Well, anyway, to make a long story short, uh, everything turned out wonderful, and I've been very blessed with that incident. So this is not a Me Too because nothing happened. Yes, it could have happened, but it didn't. I was not put in. I put myself in that position, so I was responsible for being where I was. And I can say through the grace of God, who has and still takes care of me wonderfully every day, nothing happened. But if you are a young woman or an older woman and you're put in a position of making a choice, do I get a promotion? Do I get the like for the actresses who are coming all saying that to get the job, they had to sleep with the director or the whoever the management people might be. You don't have to. Yes, you may not get the job, but what is that job worth? It's are, how much are you willing to sell yourself for? In the end, you could still speak out against what this person did. You could make it public. Yes, you may not get another job in Hollywood, but you still have your self-respect. But years later, after you've done such a thing, you have no right to say, oh, yeah, me too, I was abused. You made the choice. Rape is something else. If you are raped, you have no choice. You are, look, all of it's a sin. All of it is wrong. For a man to rape you, for a man to make a decision between getting a job, getting promotion, getting an acting career, that's all wrong on their part. They are the ones doing the wrong. But if you make the decision willingly, either have sex with me or you don't get the job, you have the choice to make. That's free will. And if your free will says, I'm going to have sex, it's just sex, it's one time only, hello, you have to accept responsibility. So I ask you to give some thought. Anyone who's thinking about coming out saying, me too, me too, me too, it's not a me too thing. Yeah, unless you're raped. But if you are given the option of doing something or not doing something, and there is a consequence of losing a job, a position, you have to make that choice. What are you worth to yourself? It's a matter of self-respect. So please give some consideration before you jump on the bandwagon and say, yeah, I did that. I shouldn't have. I regret doing it, but I did do it. And I am speaking out now, yes, not because what I did was right and what he did was wrong, but a woman should not be put in that position. So please give it some thought and be fair and honest in this whole thing. The man maybe went beyond where he should have gone, but you made the final decision. So God bless you, but please be honest with yourself and be fair. Have a wonderful day.